Hey Tanner, I just wanted to create this short video to address your email that you sent me about the Parmesan cheese. Okay. First of all, I want to thank you for sending me an email because that allows me to assist you outside of class time. Okay. The other thing is I I want to try to assist you the best way I can, and the best way that I'm able to is understanding what accommodations that I should be making based on the disability that you verbally told me about. Okay. I do not have any documentation from the college in order to address any accommodations. And so, as such, I don't know specifically what needs to happen to help best support you. Okay. You would need to go over to the case building and meet with an advisor over there, and they can determine what accommodations are acceptable and allowable, and then they will communicate that information to me. That does need to be done every single semester. So if you've done it in the past, it does not carry from one semester to the other. Okay. So I want to best support you as best as possible. Okay. However, that being said, I want to address your email on a couple of different levels. First, about the math, but then also the tone of your email. Okay. The tone of your email was extremely accusatory and it was borderline disrespectful. I don't know if that is how you meant it to be. However, that is the way that it came across. Okay. So I'm going to share your email, and I'm just gonna outline and identify the areas that I feel can be maybe reworded or can be edited to have a different tone. Okay. Um, First of all, I'm glad that you are acknowledging and expressing that you are stressed. Okay. That helps me understand the frame of mind that you are coming from. Okay. Also, specifically, the recipe that you're working on, that's helpful as well. So I know what ingredients we should be looking for. Okay. I understand that you have triple checked the math through multiple sources. Okay. But that does not automatically mean that you are correct. In the notes, I specifically mentioned to use shredded cheese, shredded Parmesan cheese. Okay. Now, fortunately, you were able to find the correct price per pound. So even though you had the incorrect type of cheese listed in your email, the per pound is correct. Okay. Um, The other thing is the that this math, and I'm going to go over this in just a moment, this math is incorrect. Okay. Um, I'm sorry, I realized that a certain portion of this had been deleted. So I wanted to actually copy and paste the correct email response. Okay. This right here where it says please fix the math should be working, and yet your quiz insists it's not Parmesan cheese. Okay. I'm not going to fix math to align with your incorrect answer. Okay. You might say, please check the math because there is potential that I could get the answer wrong. Okay. But I'm not going to fix the quiz to match your answer just because simply you checked it 3 times. Okay. Um, this is very accusatory that I need to fix my math. I need to fix my quiz because it does not align with what you are expecting the answer to be. Okay. Um, I want to say that I appreciate that you are triple checking and you don't just try it once and want to give up. Okay. Um, but this right here, this wording, fixing the math and yet your quiz insists, that type of language is, like I mentioned, is very accusatory, and it's in my opinion very disrespectful as a professor, to have a student write that to me as an individual. Okay. um, I am here to help you, and I want to help you. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the phrase, you attract more flies with honey than vinegar. Your email is very vinegar based. Okay. Um, and it does not incite people to want to help you when you are use strong language like that. Okay. Um, I am going to make a recommendation for you that you utilize AI in some way to your advantage. So I'm going to share with you what I did. I took your email response and I just put into Google Gemini, that is my personal AI of choice. Okay. And then I just typed in the prompt, how can I make this less accusatory while still expressing my frustration? Okay. And I copied and pasted your email response into this AI chat. Okay. And here's the response. Ms. Shuminsky, I hope you're having a good week. I am encountering a really frustrating discrepancy on the cheese rosemary bread quiz that I've been unable to resolve despite triple checking my calculations. I believe there may be an issue with the specific unit conversion or density assumption the quiz key is using for the Parmesan cheese cost. For the Parmesan cheese question, here's my detailed calculation based on the recipe requirements. And it outlines everything, just like you did in your email. When I submit 792, Canvas marks it as incorrect. I have confirmed this math with multiple external sources, leading me to believe the quiz is using a different specific conversion factor for the volume to weight of the grated cheese. Could you please clarify the exact conversion factor that is expected for grated Parmesan cheese on this quiz? Or look into the question key. I want to make sure I'm using the correct procedures for your class. Thank you so much for your time and your help. That as the exact same content, the exact same information as your original email, but that one is going to make somebody want to help you. Okay. So this right here, leading me to believe the quiz is using a different specific conversion factor, not your quiz is wrong. Okay. Because when you say this sentence right here, leading me to believe the quiz is using a different specific conversion factor, that is, again, saying I could potentially be doing something wrong. Okay, just because you check something 3 times and get the same answer does not mean it's the correct answer. So I would recommend that if you have an email, as you are going to send it to somebody, maybe potentially use AI. Google Gemini, again, is the one that I like to use to help you format the email in a way that it will be better received by the person on the other end. So going back to your email, I appreciate that you have outlined your work here, okay? And that allows me to almost instantaneously identify what the error is. And the error that I see here is that you have 1 cup is 8 ounces. 1 cup is only 8 ounces of volume, so we only use that conversion when it is a liquid, okay? So 1 cup of cheese does not weigh 8 ounces. It takes up 8 ounces of space, of volume, but it does not equal 8 ounces in weight. Okay, so because this is a dry ingredient, that is where you want to go and use the volume to weight conversion website, just like we did in the rub recipe and just like we've done in the other recipes. Okay, so as you are doing that, once you go to that recipe, the volume to weight conversion website, please remember you want to use shredded Parmesan cheese. Okay, not grated, shredded Parmesan cheese, because that's what you're getting off of the Chef Tech inventory list. Okay, and so you need to use that shredded cheese to figure out what the weight of 4 cups is. Okay, don't try to figure out the weight of 1 cup and multiply it by 4. Just type in 4 cups, 4 as the quantity, cups as the measurement, and then Parmesan cheese. You'll want to select from the list of foods the shredded Parmesan cheese. Okay, try that, and hopefully that will help and resolve the issue. Once you take that, you can apply it to the other ingredients that are maybe also giving you problems. Okay, so I really hope that this video was helpful. And not just with the math, but also in your communication style.